I wanted to update y'all, and I wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for everyone that reached out, called senators, and asked them to hold the line. So as of yesterday, the Senate did not cave. Instead, Senator Schumer went on the floor, and Senator Schumer made it clear that they did not have the votes. And so that is because of you. I promise you, if this could have just kind of flew under the radar, I absolutely believe that it would have flown under the radar. But here's the thing. I don't know why they're being so loud and rowdy. But here's the thing. We survived a day. We still got another day that we need to survive. So I need to make sure that y'all understand, because I know that there are messages that are going up right now where Democrats are saying we will come back, we will vote for a clean CR. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Y'all said that y'all weren't going to vote for the CR. So I just want to make sure that I'm making this very plain. The current continuing resolution, which we're saying the same kind of phrase of CR, but they are not the same. They are not equal, okay? What the Republicans passed out of the House, I just want to make it clear. There are people that are going to be put out in the streets. Like, they did not fully fund the current housing vouchers that we have in that proposal. In addition to that, any of you that are concerned about science, I know the Republicans don't care about science, which is why we have to make sure we make these phone calls. But when it comes down to something like NIH, which is responsible for all of our research and our trials on cancer, on diabetes, all that kind of stuff, right? So what they're doing is they're cutting hundreds of millions of dollars from that funding. But here's the crazy part. When we go through and we do appropriations the way that they're supposed to be done, there's specific line items. They say, okay, it's going to be X amount of dollars for child cancer, X amount of dollars for, brain cancer, X amount of dollars for kidney disease, X amount, like it lays it out how to spend it. When we do a continuing resolution, because it is not supposed to literally be the solution, it is just to get us over, then what happens is they are literally giving Donald Trump and Elon Musk a blank check to do whatever they want to. So for instance, right now I just saw a report earlier today or yesterday about Delta Airlines talking about the fact that they are struggling, or they're anticipating that the struggle is about to be real. Probably for a couple of reasons, but one of them they said was consumer confidence in air travel. We are seeing, I know y'all saw what Southwest just did. So right now we see a tightening of everything because people are losing confidence in air travel. They also are losing confidence that we're not going into a recession, if not a depression. And so they are holding on to their money. So what this does is says, we're not specifying how the money has to be spent within the FAA. And therefore, if Elon just wants to say pocket the $4 billion that's been set aside and say, you know what, there's no competition for these contracts. I'm just going to give myself all the money. We're going to Starlink this up, and we know what happens with him and his little projects, especially when it comes to air travel. We don't want none of that to happen, right? So it's really important that y'all understand that while we may be using the same phrase, it's not the same. We are agreeable to leaving funding levels at what they are currently set at, okay, which was approved in December, and just doing it for a month. If we do it for a month, here's Rosa. Rosa's right here. Come on, Rosa. Listen, this is the queen herself, y'all. This is the person that should be chairing our appropriations committee, but she's the one that teaches me everything that I know. Even when I first got here as a freshman, Rosa was the one that told us, make sure you get them big fake checks so that your district knows that you're bringing money home. And I absolutely did it.
Amen.
So what I was explaining is about the FAA and how, like, if literally they go through with the funding deal that they're trying to go through, the one that passed out of the House, that it's a blank check for Elon.
Elon Musk. It is all about public safety and his cars and so forth that they will not be able to investigate any of the difficulties that arise.
Yes. So we don't want to do that. But we are okay with just 30 days so that the pain is not felt across the board with shutting it down, because we already know that people are feeling the pain. And here's the deal. They have had a long time to do their jobs. So what we really need to have trending on social media for Republicans is do your job. They claim that they had a mandate, right? But what we do when we do our funding bills is they last for a year. It's only September to September. Y'all, September was like 6 months ago. They are like 6 months behind already. And now they're saying, never mind, we don't even want to do the work for this year. Instead, we don't want to do the line items because we're afraid that that's going to tick off the king and his prince, whichever one is which, right? Like, that's what they are trying to do. They are being lazy and they are giving over their constitutional duties. Right now, what we need is to make sure that we are not inflicting pain on people. Yes, I know I said shut it down. I know I did. But listen, the Senate, they have come up with an option, and it's an option that Rosa was working on. Rosa, just so y'all know, we are never reckless. We are always looking out for all of Americans, whether they're Democrats, Republicans, or independents. Because when this money gets spent, we don't say, oh, just give it to the Democrats or just give it to the Republicans. When we do these line items, we are forced to come together and work in a bipartisan way. And so the Senate is saying right now, what we will do is keep everything at the levels that they are so that we can minimize the harm and the disruption to people's lives and keep the government open and give y'all another 30 days to do y'all's job. So we need to tell the Republicans, do your job. Come to the table, sit down, go through your 12 appropriations bills and do your job. Don't sit here and say, well, we're just going to flake on our jobs and go ahead and let Elon and Donald do what they want. Y'all see how they messing up stuff? We know right now that when we look at things such as the stock market is failing. We know that the cost of groceries are way through the roof. We know that people are losing their jobs. I don't know what's great about this version of America, but I absolutely disagree with it. So we love you, Rosa.
Love you, mate.
For all that you do.
Thank you.
Y'all, make sure you keep the pressure on. So, hashtag Republicans, GOP, do your job. And then make sure that y'all go ahead and have those phone calls. And just know, no matter when they call us back, if they call us back today, if they call us back tomorrow, if they call us back next week, to make sure that we can pass a responsible continuing resolution, we in the House, Democrats, we will show up to do that and give them an extra 30 days to do what they were supposed to do 6 months ago. Thank y'all and pass the word. Appreciate you.